Hello to my Aviva family, live from my office at Kobernick House. I wanted to bring each of you up to date on the Aviva response to the ongoing coronavirus crisis that's impacting our country. As many of you have been able to see and read, unfortunately, our state of Florida continues to see significant spikes in the number of coronavirus cases. In fact, over the 4th of July weekend, our state saw record-breaking numbers which exceeded over 10,000 cases per day. Florida, as of right now, has broken the 200,000 case mark. With these alarming statistics, I believe that it's time for us to once again remember the important steps that each of us must take in order to contain and beat the virus. Those 3 steps include wearing a mask. Previously, we have said wearing a mask indoors only, but as of today, I am mandating that we all wear masks both inside and outside. Also, we need to remember the 6 feet of social distancing or greater. The third component is hand washing. We all need to make sure that we are washing our hands or using sanitizer. And as you recall, when we first taught each of you about the importance of hand washing, we talked about humming the happy birthday song because that gives you a better idea of the length of time that you need to have your hands under the water in order to accomplish safe hand washing techniques. There was a great deal of discussion at our most recent Resident Association board meeting about the unfortunate nature that some of our residents are continuing to violate these rules. The Resident Association board has taken a vote unanimously that effective immediately, we will be instituting a fine, a penalty for those who are breaking this rule. Just like any town or any county which has an ordinance, we too have an ordinance which requires mask wearing indoors, outdoors, and social distancing. When you receive your letters of update this week, you will see the penalty system that we have developed. As always, the first offense will be a warning. The second, there will be a monetary fine associated. These fines, when we collect them, will be donated directly to the Employee Appreciation Fund so we can once again show our employees how important they are to each of us. In terms of testing, the next round of resident testing will take place the week of July 13th for the entire campus. The next round of staff testing will take place the week of July 20th. In last week's letter, you learned that we had a staff member at Anshin who tested positive. I want to once again reaffirm that this staff person tested positive 1 week after this individual had been on campus, and therefore there was no exposure to residents or fellow staff members. With the number of cases rising dramatically and our staff being out in the community, unfortunately, there are times that they are unwittingly being exposed to the virus. The moment that they have learned that they have been exposed to a positive test person, they are informing us. At that point, either they are leaving campus immediately or they have been told not to return to campus. Once we have identified that situation, we are doing our own contact tracing. We are identifying who that individual has been in contact with, how long they've been in contact, and the number of days from the time of the report. We are following the Centers for Disease Control exposure and return to work practice. We are taking all of this as serious as we did in the very beginning. At this point in time, the Aviva team is not ready to open up any additional common space services. We are going to remain with the services that we have instituted over the last several weeks. Governor DeSantis has recently extended the no visitation to nursing homes and assisted livings for an additional 60 days. That takes us right through early September. So therefore, we continue to abide by that executive order. I understand and I realize how difficult that is to our residents who have loved ones in Anshin and Benderson who may reside in Coburnick. I also understand how difficult it is on our families who have not been able to see their loved ones since March 13th. This is a most unusual time, and all of us have had to sacrifice something in order to protect each other. I ask each of you again to respect one another and wear your mask, both indoors and outdoors. As I complete today's update, I also would ask you and invite you to continue to watch as we have a special presentation that has been prepared by our staff in regards to those elements of wearing a mask, social distancing, and hand washing. I wish all of you to be well, be safe, as we continue to try to slay the dragon, otherwise known as coronavirus.